Welcome to Rustic Cottage Co. I'm Julie and I hope you like my Facebook page Rustic Cottage Co, my group Rustic Cottage Co and my YouTube channel Rustic Cottage Co. This video is to inspire you. Please give the thumbs up, like, tell your friends and pass the word on. That will help my business. I much appreciate the time you're taking to enjoy this video. Please keep watching and let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you again for watching Rustic Cottage Co. from Julie. Have a great day. Enjoy the movie. So this is a top of a hutch. I've taken the door off and I've taken the glass out of the front and out of the sides. I have also put the dark charcoal base on the areas that I will be wet distressing back and put a clear coat on top of that. The top now, because it had a hole here and I filled the hole, it's got some more smaller holes up here, so I'll be filling those and completely sanding them. I'll be working on that next so that I can get the top painted. And then we'll go from there. It was glass shelves, I took those out. I don't like glass shelves, so I will be looking for some wood to nail in at the end, some wooden shelves painted. Okay, so that's what we're up to on this one. So I've got two coats on this piece now. I like to put it down flat on its back when I'm doing the back part, and then you get less runs. As you can see, two coats is pretty good coverage, but it always needs touch-ups, and that's what I'll be doing next. When it's fully dry, I'll go back in and give it, well, half a coat in places, full coat in other places, and then we'll be on to the next step. This piece is now completely painted, and my next part will be wet distressing back on some of it, and then I need to cut out some shelves and paint them and then add some chickenware. Let's get going on finishing this piece. Hello, today we are gonna do a craft. It's been a little while, I've been doing lots of furniture lately, so I figured that I would do a craft, and the reason I figured that was I found these. I'm going to show you here. A couple of weeks ago I found these little bunny rabbits. I'm going to pull you back just a little bit, bring you up a little bit so you can see them properly, sort of right in your face there. Little rabbits here at the Dollarama. This one's $3, and this one here also $3. It's a dollar plus store, Dollarama. I don't know if everybody has them. We have them here in Canada, and I believe they're from the States, the US, but not sure. And then yesterday I went into the Dollarama and I found this one a little bit bigger, and this one was $4. And then I found this one and I couldn't believe it. There's a few of these, I may go back for some more. So also this one is $4. Now, I find when you go to the dollar store and you find something that you know, doesn't matter what season, that you could sell it in a season, like the rabbits. I know in spring, Easter, I can sell these easily. But can I find them to paint? No. So the fact that right now they're in Dollarama, need to pick them up and paint them up and then put them in a box labeled spring so that you know when to kind of put them out, stage them and sell them, then that's the time to do it. If it's in the store, grab it while you can. So obviously the rabbits are more springtime. They may sell straight away for someone that wants to put them away for spring, or I may just leave it, paint them today and then sell them in spring. If you don't sell, that's fine, but if you're doing it as a hobby and you still find them, you know, find them now and paint them if you're in the mood, and if you're not in the mood and want to wait to spring, just store them away with your springtime stuff, and it's something to look forward to in springtime. So I grabbed these. As I say, it's a dollar plus store. Our dollar stores, there is nothing in our dollar stores for $1. The cheapest price in our dollar store is $1.25, and that's because most of our dollar stores are from the US, and their dollar is worth more than ours, and so they put up the price by 25 cents. So ours start at $1.25, and a lot of them these days are dollar plus stores, which means that, you know, this is now $4. With the owls, I find if I paint them up white and then mix them amongst some Christmas trees, white twigs and branches, it works really good at Christmas. They look so good. It's a little bit more of a nature thing, like the deer, the reindeer, the owls, stuff like that, all white with the Christmas trees. They sell really good. So I'll paint this up ready for Christmas, and I'll paint the rabbits up ready for spring. So I'm going to get going on painting these and have some fun. Let's do some craft time. So how I'm going to start these is using my go-to Rust-Oleum chalk paint, the charcoal grey. I'm actually getting low on it, so I'm going to have to get some more soon. And just one of my brushes, and on these, give it a quick stir. On the rabbits and the owls, I'm going to just paint anything that's got detail. So the paws of the rabbit, I'm just going to do the charcoal grey, and I'm dabbing because I want to get it right into the detail. The actual face, the little cute nose, and the mouth, I'm going to do the same, dabbing and pushing that dark charcoal grey paint in all the crevices. So then when I wet distress back, then you still get the dark in the crevices. Again, on any of the curves, any of the joins, any of the detail, I'm going to, and the eyes, I'm going to go over the eyes and get that dark colour everywhere. Now in these crevices here, I'm going to put the dark paint as well. So I'm going to do this with each of the rabbits, in the ears too, and put it everywhere. And of course the little tail, get the tail, cute little bunny tail. And as I say, I'm going to, you know, show it. If anybody wants to buy it ready for next year, then that's great. Or if they just want it in their decor because they love rabbits, then that's good too. And also I'm okay with it, you know, being left till spring to sell too. That's fine. It's nice to be ahead of the game. So in these creases here, then just get the paint in there too. And then move that one out the way if I can. And I'm just going to show you the owl one too. And obviously the other rabbit ones will be done the same way. So the owl one, we've already got some darkness here, and I may just keep that the way it is. I might just, actually I'm going to go over it. It's got too much red in there. So I'm just going to go over it as it is, get into the feathers. Sometimes I just think what I want as I go along. I think I'm going to do one thing because I thought it was more brown, but it looked reddish in this light, and I don't want red. So and then the ears, I want to go over, get it right in there for the ears. And then you're just going to let it dry And where you've done the actual grey paint, I will go back over it with some clear coat just to protect it. I'm going to go into the eyes here, the whole eyes. It's got so much detail in the eyes that it'll be fun to wet distress that back. Going down the front a little bit because I think I'm going to wet distress some of that back too, and then not forgetting the feet. Got it in there, the feet, and as I say, then just let it dry and go over the way you've done all the grey with some clear coat so that you protect it from being rubbed off when you do the wet distress. It won't rub back away. So I'm going to do the other two rabbits the exact same, and then we'll get on with the clear coat. So I've put the clear coat on top of the grey, that dried, and now I've got the first coat of white on each of our little snowy white animals here. Turn the owl around so you can see. I'm going to let that, it's dry, but I'm going to let it dry overnight and put the second coat on tomorrow. They're all facing the wrong way. Hold on. Well, there's the parts, little bits, as you can see here, that I missed. So second coat always is good to do. You need to do it, but also helps you find all the little parts that you may have missed the first time. So put the second coat on tomorrow, and then we'll do some wet distressing. So I've got the second coat on each of these, and when it's dry I'll be ready to wet distress back, and mostly in the detail areas. So the ears, the eyes, the nose, the little chubby wrinkles, and just the parts that show the detail of the legs, the creases. Got a little bit of a run right there. Always good to check back. You don't want runs, but sometimes you get them. And if the run does dry, just get a little bit of sandpaper, sand it back. And it also, you know, if you sand back too much, you can always repaint, but most of the time you just sand back and it's fine. So I'm going to let these dry. All right, look at the character on them. And then we will wet distress back that character back in their faces. So I have got a damp cloth. It's just an old face cloth. And now I'm going to do the wet distressing. Give myself some room to do it. And all I do is rub the damp cloth over the details like the ears. Try and go if you've got lines coming this way, then rub the opposite way. It's quicker, it's easier, and it just brings out the detailing. So I've got lines going up this way, so I'm going to rub this way. Rub opposite to what your detail's going. And then find a different part of the cloth, and I'm just going to bring you up a little bit. I think you're a little low. There you are. Okay, and then just rub over the details of the face. You have to keep moving to different parts of the cloth just for the fact that it won't rub if it's already got paint on it. It'll just put the paint back on. You want the eyes to pop, so rub on the eyes too, onto the detail of the eyes, as much or as little as you like. And I always kind of do the eyes until I see kind of if I want a cuteness or a shocking or whatever way I want it, and then just rub some of the because we have fur on this, I'm just rubbing some of the fur to give some of it some depth and detail. Under the chin, and then obviously the paws too. And now we'll go to another part of the cloth and we'll do the other eye, rubbing back and forth and up and down. And then you've got some wrinkles here. Obviously this bunny is a little chubby. And then the ears. Try and come a little bit into the middle, like the inside of the ears on both of them. Do some inside of this ear. A little bit on the top where the ears join the head. And then just keep going, any creases of limbs and anything like that. Just rub in places. If it's not coming up, find a different part of the cloth. Obviously the little tail. Go around the edges of the tail. And then go around the tail. And just have a look, see what you've got going on and see how much you want to kind of rub more or less. Got some creases on this side. And then the back paws. And you can always just put it down, step back, have a look, see if you want to add more, less, and just see what you want to do. Whether you want it more darker or if you want it more white, then that's up to you. I think we need to get some down here. Try and balance it out without balancing out too much. I know that sounds weird, it's just you don't want it to be a pattern, but you want it not to look strange. So I'll do each of the rabbits. Obviously I've got a few of them here, but I'm just going to try and show you a little bit with the owl. So the owl, obviously the biggest thing is the ears. So we'll do those. Do inside the ears. Try and get in there. And then the outside of the ears. The eyes, you want to make sure you get the middle of the eyes. And then find a different part of your cloth that you haven't used yet and go around the eyes. Making sure you get in the beak, the other eye, and then find another part of your cloth, rub some more. And then the other ear. And then the inside of this ear. And then the important part on this now is your little feet. And then your wings. So the wings are going this way, so you want to rub that way. So find a part of the cloth you haven't used. And then these lines here going this way, so you're going to go the opposite way. The tail, you can see the tail going up and down, so try and go across it. Trying to do it so that you can see it too. Can you see it there? You can see it here. And then the other wing, try and do it so you can see it. A little bit onto where the rest is, so it's not just the detail, but not too much, just a little. So this is what we got going on. I'm going to do just a little more on this front part. There we go. And there's the owl. We got a nice snowy owl, especially for Christmas time. As I say, I picked these up this week, just yesterday, or the day before, sorry, at Dollarama. So quickly go over, see if your Dollarama has them and grab them. $4 each here in Canada. So I'm not sure what it would be in different countries, I don't know. But keep them for later or paint them up now. But these will sell in amongst Christmas greenery and lots of snow at Christmas time for a wintry look rather than a Christmassy look. Nature and Christmas and snow looks always good and would be a good seller. So I picked it up for $4. Then the paint I put on, I'd probably sell it for $14. It's a nice size, as you can see. I mean, I've got tiny hands, but it's a nice size. So I'm going to get on with the other rabbits, and then I will stage them up and enjoy next the pictures of the finished look. Obviously on top of this you will be doing some kind of coating. I would put on, and what I am going to put on, is a white wax on these. It will finish them easily, nice to rub on there. It will keep the white white, and any clear kind of poly or anything like that may yellow, where white wax will not yellow. So I would do a white wax on this. You could do a clear wax, but I find it tends to maybe show off places that you haven't painted completely exactly. Shows all your kind of flaws in your paintwork. The white wax to me doesn't show flaws in your paintwork. It actually, if you've got any parts that you have a little bit of a flaw in the paintwork, it's not quite thick as other areas, the white in the white wax actually fills it nicely. So that's what I'm going to do with these, is once they are all finished, white wax them and stage them up. So let's see the pictures and enjoy. What do you think? Please give thumbs up, subscribe, and tell all your friends. Thanks for watching. been Julie from Rustic Cottage Co. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and thumbs up. Thank you.